lower classes we are studying how to calculate, we studied how to calculate area of bounded regions which are bounded by 3 line segments, that is triangle, and bounded by 4 line segments, it is called as quadrilateral. For those one we are having formulas. Suppose if a region is bounded by a curve and remaining are line segments, how we can calculate the area under this curve which is bounded by 3 line segments? This is nothing but a simple application of definite integral. Okay. Now we are going to learn today area under a curve. Today we are going to learn area under a curve. Now let F maps closed A comma B to R be continuous such that f of x is, that means image values are greater than or equal to 0 for all x belongs to closed A comma B. That means the graph of y is equal to f of x is above x axis only. Now I am considering the graph of that one. This is our y is equal to f of x, which is always above x axis, means it is always greater than or equal to 0. Now here we defined over the interval closed A comma B. Now we are going to find the area of this region. Here this area is bounded by y is equal to f of x is equal to a, you have to say, because it is parallel to y axis, therefore this is x equal to a, and this is x equal to b, and this is y axis, sorry, x axis. Okay. Again what I am saying is we are going to find area of the region bounded under y is equal to f of x axis, and the lines x equal to a and x equal to b. Now for that one, here I am writing that one. Then the area of the region bounded by the curve y equal to f of x and x axis. X axis means y equal to 0, and the lines x equal to a, x equal to b is integral a to b f of x dx. Area under the curve y is equal to f of x bounded by x equal to a, x equal to b, and x axis is nothing but integral a to b f of x dx. This is our definite integral clearly. Here what you assume in the statement is f of x is greater than or equal to 0. That means if the graph is above x axis, then we can apply this formula to calculate this area. All of you know that in the previous classes what this represents, summation of all function values when x is running from a to b. When you are taking the values along x axis, you will get corresponding function values. If you add all these things, it is nothing but that our required area. Therefore this is the formula to calculate area under curve. That means this is simply an application of a definite integral. Okay. Now here we are going to observe an example. I am taking the curve y equal to x square comma x axis, x is equal to 1, x equal to 2. Find the area of the region bounded between y equal to x square, x axis, and the lines x equal to 1 and x equal to 2. Now this is nothing but, actually you can observe one thing, here x square is always greater than or equal to 0 for all x belongs to closed 1 comma 2. Because initially while you are finding area, you have to observe the sign of the given function. It is clearly greater than or equal to 0. And all of you know that the graph of this one, if you draw the graph of this one, it is easy to understand. See, all of you know that y equal to x square is a parabola symmetric about y-axis having vertex at origin. Now, the graph of this one is always above x-axis, means it is always greater than or equal to 0. Now, he is asking the area bounded by this curve, x-axis, this is the x-axis, and the lines x equal to 1 is here, x equal to 2 is here. Now, we are going to calculate this area. Now, we can apply the above one. Here, what is the formula for that one? Whenever you are having limits along x-axis, you have to consider the limits, first of all, 1 to 2. Why you are representing integral sign? To add all them under summation, okay? Integral 1 to 2. What is our f of x? Here, y is equal to, taken as a f of x value, that is x square into dx, because you are doing along x-axis, therefore you have to write it is dx. Now integrate this one, x cube by 3 from 1 to 2. On substitution of upper limit and lower limit, what you are going to get is 8 by 3 minus 1 by 3, that is equal to 7 by 3. This is the area of the region under this curve bounded by x-axis, x equal to 1 and x equal to 2. This is the way how we can do this one. Now, I am taking the previous case as case 1. Now, coming to the second case. If our f of x is less than or equal to 0 for all x belongs to closed comma b. That means whenever you take x values in f, then what you are going to get is a negative value or a 0. In that case, the graph will be like this. See, here it is A, here it is B, because the domain values are along x-axis only. Now, after taking the values along x-axis, for these corresponding values, I am going to draw the graph of f of x, which is given as below x-axis. Because you are getting f of x values are negative, that means f of x values are always taken along y-axis, therefore, here it is y-axis, therefore, we can take like this. Now, I am going to bound this region by considering these two lines, x equal to a and x equal to b. This line is called as x equal to a and this is x equal to b, and this is x-axis. Now, here there is a bounded region. How we can calculate the area of this region? Then, here these words are very, very important. Then the area of the region bounded by the curve y equal to f of x, x-axis, and the lines x equal to a and x equal to b is integral a to b f of x dx with the minus sign you have to consider. Why, sir, you are considering minus sign? See, here f of x values are all negative. Therefore, summation of all these negative values will be a negative value. But what we are calculating? We are calculating area of the region. Area should be always a non-negative quantity. For that one, what I am doing is, since f of x is less than or equal to 0, then minus f of x will be a greater than or equal to 0. Now, the summation will be a positive one. Suppose, if you want to calculate definite integral for this one, it is nothing but definite integral is integral a to b f of x dx. Okay. Suppose if you want to calculate area, you have to consider minus sign. Suppose if you want to calculate definite integral, you have to consider that one only. What is the difference between these two? Here you are getting always a non-negative quantity, whereas here you will get a negative quantity. Okay. That is the difference between a definite integral and the area. Area should be always a non-negative quantity. Okay. Now, this is the second case when f of x is less than or equal to 0. Now, coming to combine these two cases, what I am doing is, I am going to take modulus. In lower classes, all of you know that whenever you are getting while calculating the area of a triangle, you are applying these type of formulas: x1 into y2 minus y3 plus x2 into y3 minus y1, x3 into y1 minus y2, half into. Suppose if you apply this formula while calculating the area, if you get a negative value, to obtain positive value, what we are doing? We are considering modulus. Okay, what modulus gives us? All of you know that whenever if you take mod of x, what is this value? X. If x is greater than or equal to 0. That means if this is a positive quantity, there is no need of modulus because it is always a positive one. Suppose if x is a negative quantity, what happens? Since it is a negative, modulus makes it a non-negative quantity. Therefore, you have to take minus sign before that one. Since x is negative, if you are adding minus sign, therefore it becomes a positive. For this one, I am giving an example for you. Suppose if anybody asks what is modulus of 2, it is 2 directly. Suppose if anybody asks modulus of minus 2, since it is a negative quantity, what you have to do? You have to add minus sign for that one. Minus of minus becomes plus 2. That means whenever you are applying modulus on a function or a variable, what we are going to get is a non-negative quantity. Now, if you know f of x is positive, you can use the case 1 formula. If you know f of x is a negative quantity, then you can use this second case formula. Suppose in either of the case, what we can take? Now, coming to the, from case 1 and 2, area of the region is integral a to b f of x dx under modulus. Here what we can conclude is either in case 1 or in case 2, you can apply this one directly. Suppose coming to the case 1, what happens? F of x is greater than or equal to 0. In that one, summation of all functional values is always a positive quantity. Now what you are taking modulus? Since they are positive, always you will get the answer as integral a to b f of x dx. Suppose coming to the second case. Now in second case, f of x is a negative quantity. In negative quantity, summation of negative values will be a negative 1. Now modulus of negative, what you have to take? Here the formula mod x is minus x if x is less than 0. Here since this value is a less than 0 quantity, in the second case, what you have to write this one as minus of integral a to b f of x dx. That means if you don't know whether it is a positive quantity or a negative quantity over the entire interval, in that cases, to calculate the area of the region bounded by y equal to f of x, x-axis, and the lines x equal to a and x equal to b is simply written as modulus of integral a to b f of x dx. Okay, we are combining the both the cases. Now coming to the next one. Here I am going to give a note. See, all of you calculating y is equal to f of x by taking y is equal to f. That means we are representing y in terms of x. Suppose sometimes we may have x in terms of y. That means x is dependent on y. In such cases, how we have to calculate the area of the region? In this case, what they will ask is x equal to f of y axis, and the lines y equal to c and y equal to d. In this case, the graph of the corresponding function will be like this. This is y is equal to c, and this is y equal to d, and this is our x equal to f of y. Since our domain is y, that means closed c comma d, we are taking along y axis or domain. Here the corresponding images values are considered along x axis. Now I am going to calculate the area bounded by x equal to f of y axis, and the lines y equal to c and y equal to d. Okay. Now what is the area? See, here I have to write the area of the region bounded by x equal to f of y axis, and the lines y equal to c and y equal to d. Since here f of y is a greater than or equal to 0, you can write that one as integral c to d because along y-axis you are doing integration c to d, here you have to write dy. Now what is the curve? X equal to it should be, therefore x equal to f of I, therefore d is f of I dy. Now this is the area of the region. Since f of I is greater than or equal to 0, you are considering this one. Suppose if you consider f of I as a less than or equal to 0 quantity, in that case we have to take minus sign. Now to avoid that one, what I am doing is I am completely taking modulus. Suppose if f of I is positive, then you will get this integral as it is. Suppose if f of I is a negative quantity, the summation will be negative. In that case, to get the area, what you have to do, you have to add minus sign for that one. That means you can do the models along x-axis or along y-axis. It totally depends whether we can express a y in terms of x or x in terms of y. Depending upon that one, we can calculate the area of the region. Whenever we are doing problems, what you have to observe is the curve is in terms of y or in terms of x. Here you can observe x is in terms of y. And then what you have to observe is what are the corresponding bound limits of integration. For that one is y equal to c and y equal to d. That means you are taking integration along y-axis. They represent along y-axis. And it is bounded with y-axis. For that one, how I am writing this integral as? Take summation of all function values from c to d. C to d. Since along y-axis, that's why what you are writing? dy. Now here you are writing the function which is bounded, the region which is bounded by it, that is nothing but f of I. Therefore integral c to d f of I dy is the our required answer. Under modulus y you are taking, that totally depends on the sign of f of I. Okay. Now coming to third case, here in the first case our graph is completely above x-axis. In the second case our graph is completely below x-axis. Sometimes the graph is above x-axis and below x-axis, that means partially positive, partially negative. In that case, how we can calculate area of the region? Now coming to the third case, whenever I am considering f means it should be a continuous function. Okay. If f of x is greater than or equal to 0 for all x belongs to closed a comma c, and f of x is less than or equal to 0 for all x belongs to closed c comma b, where c is a point in between a and b. Now area of the region bounded by area of the region bounded by y is equal to f of x, x-axis and the lines x equal to a, x equal to b is. Now I am going to consider the graph of y is equal to f of x. Wait a minute. This is our x-axis and this is our y-axis. Now intersection point is origin. Now I am going to consider the graph of f of x. Here the range, the domain is closed a comma b. Here a to c, where c is a point in between a and b, it is the graph nature, it is always greater than or equal to 0. That means here it will be like this. At c it should be definitely 0 because it is continuous. Okay. Now coming to the second case, f of x is less than or equal to 0. That means the graph of that one will be like this. Now here is the bounded region. Okay. Now this is our y is equal to f of x. Now how we can calculate the area of this bounded region? This is integral, see here, according to the first case f of x is greater than or equal to 0 over a to c, therefore area bounded by y equal to f of x, x-axis and x equal to a and x equal to c is nothing but integral a to c f of x dx, okay, plus that means you have to add this region area. Now what is the area of this region? It is integral c to b. Here I am going to take minus sign. Why I am considering minus sign? In the second case of what I said, whenever f of x is less than or equal to 0 over an interval, to calculate the area, what we should take a minus sign before of it. Therefore, this is a positive quantity. Since f of x is negative, on adding minus sign, what you will get? It is a positive quantity. Therefore, the total area of this bounded region is integral a to c f of x dx plus integral c to b f of x dx with minus sign. Okay. Now, you can write this one by applying modulus also. Modulus of integral a to c f of x dx plus integral c to b f of x dx. Why sir you are always writing modulus formula also? Suppose if you forgot to add a sign, then what you will get? Then you will get a negative value. To avoid that one, I am writing the modulus. Suppose here if you after calculation definitely you will get a positive quantity. Therefore, modulus of positive quantity is always a positive. Now, if you calculate this region, you will get a negative value because you are adding all summation of negative values. Now, if you get a negative value means it is a definite integral only, but what we are calculating area, that's why what I am taking is modulus. Now it becomes a positive quantity. That means if you don't know whether it is a positive or a negative quantity, in such cases apply modulus. Suppose if you know, you can directly do this one. Okay, this is the third case in which the graph is partially positive and partially negative. Okay, now I am going to give an example for this one. See here, I am considering y is equal to x cube, x axis, and the lines x equal to minus 1 and x equal to 1. That means the region bounded by under the curve y equal to x cube, x axis, x equal to minus 1 and x equal to 1. Now, before doing the problem, always consider the graph of the given function, because it is easy to identify where it is positive and where it is negative. Now for that one, what I am doing is, I am considering the graph of y equal to x cube over minus 1 to 1. Okay, 3x square 6x, 6x is always positive, therefore it is concave upwards. Wait a minute. The graph is considering wrong direction. Now see the graph, y equal to x cube. This is like this is concave upwards and here it is concave downwards. Okay. Now the limits are minus 1 to 1 and the intersection point with x axis is 0. Here you can clearly observe that the graph is negative when x is running from minus 1 to 0. Now, the graph is positive when x is running from 0 to 1. Now, how we can find the area of this region? Now, for that one, I am always representing area of the region by capital A. Now, how we can calculate? If you don't know whether it is positive or negative over a given interval, you can take this one like, we can take like this, integral minus 1 to 0 x cube dx under modulus plus 0 to 1 along x-axis we are doing, therefore I am taking dx, and what is your curve? X cube under modulus. If you don't know whether it is positive or a negative quantity, I am taking the modulus concept. Now in the next step, If you integrate this one, what happens? X power 4 by 4 minus 1 to 0 under modulus, and the second one is x power 4 by 4, the limits from 0 to 1 under modulus. In the next step, if you apply upper limit 0 by 4, 0, and if you apply lower limit minus of 1 by 4 under modulus, and this is, if you apply upper limit, it is 1 by 4, lower limit, it is 0. Now, after taking modulus, since it is a positive quantity, see here, since it is a quantity, here you can use modulus or we can write without modulus also. Therefore, answer here is 1 by 4. See, in this case, since we are not observed it is as a negative quantity, I consider its modulus. So what you are getting? A negative value. Since we are going to calculate area, that's why I taken modulus. Modulus of minus 1 by 4 becomes plus 1 by 4. Therefore, it is equal to 2 by 4. Therefore, answer is 1 by 2. This is the area of this bounded region. Suppose if you know here it is negative, it is positive. In that case, you can take this one as minus 1 to 0 with a minus sign because it is a negative quantity, plus integral 0 to 1 x cube dx only because it is a positive quantity. I consider like this. And here I am using case 1, here I am using case 2. Suppose if you integrate, what you are going to get? This is as minus 1 by 4. Minus of minus becomes plus 1 by 4. Ultimately, this is the total area. Suppose if anybody calculated this one by using without sign. Suppose if they are calculating minus 1 to 0 x cube dx plus 0 to 1 x cube dx, then what you are going to get? See here. Here it is a minus 1 by 4 and this is plus 1 by 4. What is the total value will be? 0. That means definite integral value of x cube over minus 1 to 1 is a 0 quantity. Whereas area of the region y equal to x cube and x axis and having limits as x equal to minus 1 to x equal to 1, in that case it is an area. For that one, what you are going to get answer as 1 by 2. That is, what is the main difference between a definite integral and area? Sometimes a definite integral may coincide with the area when f of x is a greater than or equal to 0 quantity. Suppose f of x is partially positive, partially negative. In such cases, definite integral value is totally different from area. Okay, that's why what I said in earlier classes, definite integral is the sum of algebraic sum of areas of the region bounded by the curve and the corresponding limits and x-axis. Now here area is sum of the areas. That means here it is positive. You are taking positive quantity. Suppose if it is negative, by adding minus and by adding minus sign, we are adding these two. That means we are getting area of the region. That is the main difference. Whenever if anybody asks integral minus 1 to 1 x cube dx, what you have to say? It is 0. Suppose if they ask area of the region, in such cases what is that value? 1 by 2. Okay, this is our third case. Now coming to the next case. Here I am going to give area of the region bounded between two curves. Up to now we are considering only one curve. Now I am going to take case 4. Let f comma z mapping from closed a comma b to R be continuous. Okay, if f of x is greater than or equal to g of x for all x belongs to closed a comma b, then the area of the region bounded by the curves y equal to f of x, y equal to g of x, y equal to and the lines x equal to a and x equal to b is, that means there are two continuous graphs, one of the graph is always more than the second graph. For that one, the graph of that one will be like this. See here. See, here for all x values in between a and b, our f of x values are always more than g of x. How I can say? See, f of x values and g of x are always along the y-axis. That means if you consider any value like this, all these are always greater than g of x. Now we are going to find area of the region bounded by y equal to f of x, y equal to g of x, okay, and the lines x equal to a and x equal to b. How we can calculate this one? Suppose if you observe the total region area. What is the total region area? According to the case 1, what you can say? The area bounded by y equal to f of x, x equal to a, x equal to b, and x axis, it is nothing but integral a to b f of x dx. Here I am writing without modulus because it is a positive quantity. Now, what is the area of the region bounded by y equal to g of x equal to a, x equal to b, and x axis? It is integral a to b. That means along x axis you are doing, that means you have to take dx. Here you have to write y, that means g of x. Now, to obtain this area, what you have to do? You have to take the total area under y equal to f of x minus the total area under y equal to g of x. That means here you have to take minus sign to get this area of the region. Therefore, here we can observe one thing. Since these two are having the same limits, we can take a difference of integrals as integral of difference. Here I am going to write this one as integral a to b f of x minus g of x dx. That means whenever we are having f of x is greater than or equal to g of x, means f of x is called as an upper curve, g of x is called as a lower curve. To calculate the area in between f of x and g of x, what is the formula? Integral a to b upper curve minus lower curve. What is the upper curve? F of x. What is the lower curve? G of x. This is the way, if f of x is greater than or equal to g of x is given, to calculate the area of the bounded region. Suppose if they mention f of x is less than or equal to g of x. In that case, how we can calculate that one? Here I am considering the case if g of x is greater than or equal to f of x for all x belongs to closed A comma b. In this case, what is the area? It is nothing but, here you can observe the graph of that one. See here. Here, to obtain the area, what is the upper curve? G of x. What is the lower curve? F of x. Therefore, what is your formula? Integral a to b along x axis. Here you have to write dx. Now, upper is in this case g of x, and in the lower curve is f of x. Therefore, this is the area of the region bounded between y equal to g of x and y equal to f of x. Suppose if you don't know which one is upper and which one is lower, in such cases what I am going to write is, in either of the case, capital A is integral a to b f of x minus g of x dx under modulus. Why I am considering like this? Suppose if f of x is more than g of x, then their difference will be a positive quantity. Summation of positive is always positive. Modulus of positive is again this value. Suppose if f of x is less than g of x, that means that this is the case. G of x always more than f of x. Okay. Now in that case, this f of x minus g of x will be a negative quantity. Summation of negative values is a negative one. Since we are calculating area, I am taking the modulus. Therefore, what it becomes? Minus of, because whenever modulus under value is a negative, to write its modulus value, we have to write down the variable as it is and take a minus sign. Therefore, what you will get is integral a to b g of x minus f of x dx. Okay. Now, in both the cases, we can observe this one when it is positive and when it is a negative. Okay. Now, coming to next one. Suppose the graph in between y equal to f of x and g of x, if they given in this way, see, here this is y is equal to f of x and here it is y is equal to g of x. Now, how we can calculate the area of the region bounded between these two? According to the graph, what we can observe is one is upper and one is lower. What is that one? Y equal to f of x is upper because all function values are positive here, whereas g of x is a negative one. Therefore, what you can observe is f of x is definitely greater than or equal to g of x for all x belongs to closely counting. Now for this one, actually how we can calculate the area? Area of the region plus area of this region. What is the area of the above region? According to the first case, what is the area will be? Integral a to b f of x dx, because it is a greater than or equal to 0 quantity. I am using the first case. Now coming to the second one. Here the lower one, g of x is negative 1. Whenever you are getting a negative 1, how we can calculate the area of the region? By taking the limits a to b and writing the function g of x, since it is along x-axis dx, and you have to add a minus sign, okay, to get a positive quantity. Now if you simplify this one, what you will get? Again, what you are going to get is here integral a to b f of x minus g of x into dx. That means again in this case also, what you are going to get? Area bounded between y equal to f of x and y equal to g of x between x equal to a and x equal to b is nothing but upper curve minus lower curve. That means most of the problems in areas are always based on this formula only, upper minus lower. In case 1 also, we are using that upper minus lower concept. See here. Here the graph is y equal to f of x and here x-axis is y equal to 0. Okay. Now, what is the area of this region? Here you can observe one thing. Upper curve is f of x, lower curve is y equal to 0. Therefore, upper minus lower concept is applied here. What you will get? F of x minus 0 dx. Therefore, this is the area of the region. Instead of writing f of x minus 0, we are writing directly f of x. Suppose if you consider the second case, what happens? Now, in the second case, the graph is like this. Here it is y is equal to f of x and this is y equal to 0. Now, here in the case, if you treat this x-axis as a curve and already they gave a curve y equal to f of x. Now, what is the area between y equal to 0 and y equal to f of x? Now, y equal to 0 is the upper curve and y equal to f of x is the lower curve. Therefore, in this case, area is nothing but integral a to b 0 minus f of x. And as you know, whenever f of x is negative, what we are writing before the integral? Minus sign. Here is the minus sign. That means all the problems, most of the problems, not all, most of the problems depend on which concept is upper minus lower only. By using that concept, we can do so many models in areas. Now, coming to next case, I will continue in the next class to discuss the remaining cases of the areas. Okay.
multidisciplinary educational programs. Pride and power of knowledge, world-class knowledge hub.